welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dr. Stephanie, your life coach and physician. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about being my sister's keeper. I recently did a keynote presentation for a group of women who are in service to one another and who have committed to being each other's keepers as well as the keepers of their families. And what I realized during this presentation is that we all need reminders of why we're doing it. In the day-to-day interactions that we have with each other, things happen, stuff happens, and we may lose a little bit of that strong commitment we had to being each other's keepers. So a lot of the things that I was able to share really were for me, and I was able to receive them, and it really helped me in my relationship to my sisters, and I thought that it might help you too, so I just wanted to share. So the first point about being my sister's keeper is realizing that she's a keeper, and just realizing how amazing our sisters are. So those can be our biological sisters, they can be our non-biological sisters, our friends, those people we're in organizations with, those people that we have bonded with. They are keepers. They're in our lives for a reason, and as long as the relationship is healthy and non-toxic, then we should view our sister as a keeper. And I believe that there's 3 ways to really being our sister's keeper. And the first way is, wait for this, you might be surprised, but the first one is to be your own keeper. We are our first sisters that we have to learn how to keep. And when we learn how to keep ourselves well, then we can keep others well. Just like hurt people, joyful people spread joy to other people. So the better that we keep ourselves, the better that we invest in ourselves, the better sisters we can be to others. And for me, that means radical self-care, especially as Black women. There are so many statistics that are against us as Black women that it is not an option. It really is a necessity for us to practice radical self-care. Our health depends on it, our physical health, our mental health, our ability to take care of ourselves, our families, and our community depend on it. Our sanity depends on it. Our own joy and our own ability to fulfill our life purpose depends on us practicing radical self-care. So the first thing is to learn how to be our own keeper. So invest in radical self-care, invest in our personal development. We are constantly learning. Whether we want to or not, we're constantly learning. And if we're not intentional about what we are learning, making sure we're learning things that cause us to grow and to thrive and things that are positive, then we will learn things that take us in the opposite direction. Our brains are like sponges, and we will take up and absorb whatever is going on around us. And if we're not intentional about making sure that that growth is positive and forward moving, we will learn things that will move us backwards. So also realizing that we cannot pour from an empty cup. We have to fill our cups because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And many times when we try to pour from an empty cup, you can think of circumstances where you yell at your kids because you're trying to pour from an empty cup. You can think of circumstances where you get into an argument with your sister because you're trying to pour from an empty cup. You can think of numerous instances of things that have happened when you tried to pour from an empty cup. So fill your cup up first. Be your own keeper first. So the other thing that I like to say about self-care, and when it comes to keeping ourselves and practicing radical self-care, my definition of self-care is that self-care is the being that balances out all of the doing. So it's how we pour into ourselves and allow ourselves to be that balances out all of the doing. As women, and especially as Black women, we do a lot. We do at work, we do at home, we do for our families, we do for our parents, we do for our community. We have a lot to do. But that self-care is the place where we are able to just be ourselves, be authentic with who we are, and just kind of rest and have that peace. So that is the first point. I'm going to share 2 other points in the next 2 videos about how to be our sister's keeper. So I hope you will stay logged in, and that you will watch the other 2 videos, and that you'll share this video with another sister. That's a great way to be our sister's keeper as well. All right, bye-bye for now.